The Galactic Empire had always looked down on Earth. They called its oceans useless, believing them to be just large bodies of water with no value. This view made the Empire feel powerful. They thought conquering Earth would be easy, and so they planned to invade. The leaders of the Empire laughed at the idea of Earthlings putting up a fight. To them, the humans were just primitive beings with no advanced technology. As the Empire's warships gathered at the edge of the solar system, the leaders on Earth were preparing for a different kind of battle. They knew the Empire would underestimate them, and they had a secret plan. For years, Earth's scientists and military had been working on technology that made use of the oceans. They believed that their oceans, once thought useless, held the key to their survival. In a hidden base near the coast, scientists and engineers worked day and night. They developed advanced machines that could swim in the water, move quickly, and attack the Empire's ships. These machines were not like anything the Empire had seen before. They were bioengineered creatures that could adapt to any situation, and they were ready to protect Earth. Meanwhile, news of the Empire's approach spread quickly among the people. Fear gripped many hearts, but there was also a sense of determination. Humans were not going to let their planet fall without a fight. The leaders of Earth held an emergency meeting to discuss their strategy. "We must show them what we are capable of," one leader said. "The oceans are our strength, not our weakness." On the day of the invasion, the atmosphere was tense. The Empire's ships, dark and menacing, moved closer to Earth. They were massive, equipped with powerful weapons and advanced technology. The Empire was confident. They thought they would easily take over the planet. Little did they know, they were walking into a trap. As the first wave of alien ships entered the Earth's atmosphere, the water began to bubble and churn. From the depths of the oceans, the machines that Earth had built started to awaken. They were sleek, fast, and deadly. With a roar, they surged toward the surface, ready to defend their home. The Empire was in for a shocking surprise. The first battle began just off the coast. Alien ships began firing at what they thought were empty waters, but then the ocean erupted. Waves crashed as bioengineered machines leaped out of the water. They were designed to camouflage with the ocean, making them nearly invisible. The Empire's crew stared in disbelief as their ships were attacked from all sides. "Open fire!" shouted a commander on one of the alien ships, but it was too late. The underwater machines were already in motion, striking swiftly and fiercely. Tentacles shot out, grabbing enemy ships and pulling them under the waves. Explosions rocked the water, sending plumes of steam and debris into the air. Panic spread through the Empire's ranks as they realized they were losing the battle. Back on Earth, people watched in awe as the battle unfolded on their screens. They were witnessing a miracle. What they once thought were useless oceans had become the very source of their strength. Cheers erupted across the globe as news spread of the incredible machines defending their home. For years, humanity had been underestimated, and now it was time to show the galaxy that they were not to be taken lightly. The Empire was reeling from their losses. They had never expected Earth to fight back so fiercely. The aliens scrambled to regroup and develop new strategies. But Earth's forces were already ahead, ready to unleash more surprises. As the battle raged on, the humans knew they had a chance to turn the tide of the war. With their oceans as their ally, they felt a renewed sense of hope. This was just the beginning of an unexpected war, one that would change the fate of Earth forever. As the fighting continued, both sides knew that the outcome would determine the future of humanity. The Empire thought they could easily conquer Earth, but they were about to learn a valuable lesson. Never underestimate the power of the planet's oceans and the determination of its people. The battle off the coast of Earth raged on, and the Galactic Empire was in chaos. Their once mighty ships, equipped with the latest technology, were being torn apart by the unexpected fury of the ocean. Alien commanders shouted orders, desperately trying to regain control of the situation. But as each moment passed, it became clear that the humans had a powerful ally, the ocean itself. As the alien ships struggled against the assault, something incredible was happening beneath the waves. The bioengineered machines that had risen from the depths were not just machines. They were alive. Designed by Earth's best scientists, these creatures had intelligence and instinct, allowing them to adapt to the ever-changing battlefield. They communicated with each other in ways that only they understood, coordinating their attacks with precision. The aliens had no idea what they were up against. They had underestimated the oceans and the humans who lived on this blue planet. The machines were quick and agile, darting through the water like sharks on the hunt. Their sharp, powerful limbs slashed through the hulls of the alien vessels, leaving gaping holes and sending water pouring in. The sight was terrifying for the Empire's crew. "Retreat! We need to regroup!" a frantic commander yelled, but it was too late. The ocean was alive with activity. More machines joined the fight, emerging from underwater bases that had been hidden for years. These bases were camouflaged among the coral reefs and underwater mountains, making them invisible to the Empire's advanced sensors. Now, they unleashed wave after wave of aquatic warriors. Back on land, humans watched in disbelief and joy. News stations broadcast the battle live, showing footage of the fierce machines fighting bravely for their planet. Social media exploded with excitement as people celebrated the unexpected turn of events. The oceans, once seen as a weakness, had become a fortress, protecting humanity from the invaders. The tide of the war was shifting. Meanwhile, the Empire was panicking. Their ships had been built to fight in space, not underwater. As their losses mounted, they scrambled to deploy their own underwater units. But these units were untested and poorly equipped for a fight in the deep ocean. When they entered the water, they quickly found themselves overwhelmed. Earth's machines were simply too fast and too smart. In one of the battles, an alien ship, the Zarathustra, was attacked from beneath. The ship was struck by several machines at once, and the crew was thrown into chaos. Alarms blared, and the lights flickered as the hull began to buckle under the pressure. "Get us out of here!" shouted a crew member, but before they could escape, a giant tentacle wrapped around the ship, pulling it down into the dark depths. The crew realized too late that their arrogance had blinded them to the true power of Earth. As the battle continued, a large pod of aquatic creatures joined the fight. These were massive beings, resembling a mix between whales and sharks, with armored skin and glowing eyes. They had been designed for deep-sea combat and were a key part of Earth's secret strategy. With powerful tails, they propelled themselves forward, creating waves that knocked alien ships off balance. The Empire had never seen such creatures before, and their fear grew as they realized the ocean held more surprises. The humans celebrated their victories, but they also knew that this was just the beginning. The Galactic Empire would not give up easily. They would regroup, come up with new plans, and return to fight again. However, Earth's defenders were ready for them. The ocean had become a place of strength and safety, and humanity was determined to protect it. As the last of the alien ships retreated, Earth's forces celebrated. They had won a critical battle, but the war was far from over. The humans knew they had to remain vigilant. The Empire would come back, and they would have to be prepared. With newfound confidence, they set to work, strengthening their defenses and exploring the depths of their oceans for even more hidden surprises. The ocean had proven to be a powerful ally, and now humanity was ready to fight for their home. They had shown the galaxy that Earth was not weak, it was strong and resilient. The Empire would learn that underestimating humanity could lead to devastating consequences. The fight was far from over, but with each victory, Earth's resolve grew stronger. As the battle raged on, the Galactic Empire was in deep trouble. Their warships had entered Earth's waters, confident of an easy victory, but they quickly realized they had made a grave mistake. The machines of the ocean, once hidden and thought to be mere myths, emerged from the depths, striking fear into the hearts of the alien crew. These bioengineered creatures were not just weapons, they were alive, intelligent, and ready to defend their home. The Empire's ships floated on the surface, firing their weapons, but the humans were prepared. The first wave of aquatic machines was sleek and fast, gliding through the water with ease. They were designed to move quickly and evade enemy fire. With sharp, pointed limbs, they struck the hulls of the alien ships, causing chaos. One by one, the ships began to sink, their crews screaming in panic as water flooded in. In the command center of the flagship Zarathustra, panic filled the air. "We're taking heavy damage," shouted an officer, struggling to maintain control. The commander, a tall alien with green skin and glowing eyes, clenched his fists. "We need to regroup and strike back!" But the machines from the deep were relentless. They attacked in waves, swarming the ships and pulling them underwater. Back on Earth, people were glued to their screens, watching the battle unfold. News broadcasts showed live footage of the fierce fight in the ocean. The humans cheered as their machines fought bravely, proving that their oceans were far from useless. The tide of the battle shifted, and hope filled the hearts of the people. "We can win this!" they shouted, rallying behind their defenders. Meanwhile, the Empire's forces were in disarray. They had expected to overpower the humans quickly, but now they were losing valuable ships and troops. As the underwater machines emerged from the depths, their appearance sent shockwaves through the alien fleet. These creatures were not just machines. They were designed for the ocean's unique environment, making them powerful opponents. They moved gracefully through the water, avoiding enemy fire and launching their own attacks with deadly accuracy. Suddenly, a massive creature emerged from the depths, unlike anything the Empire had seen before. It was a colossal bioengineered beast with armored skin and sharp teeth built to dominate the oceans. The humans had kept this secret weapon hidden for years, waiting for the right moment to reveal it. As it surged toward the nearest alien ship, the crew froze in terror. "What is that?" one officer screamed, but it was too late. The creature smashed into the ship, breaking it in half and sending the crew into the icy depths. The sight of their ships being destroyed filled the Empire's crew with dread. They had come to conquer, but now they were the ones being hunted. Desperation set in as the remaining ships attempted to retreat, but the machines of the deep were relentless. They surrounded the alien vessels, attacking from all sides. Tentacles grabbed onto ships, pulling them down into the dark water. The once mighty fleet was being dismantled, piece by piece. On Earth, celebrations erupted as the battle shifted in their favor. People cheered and danced in the streets, grateful for the bravery of their ocean warriors. The military leaders were filled with pride, knowing that their long hours of hard work had paid off. They had turned the ocean, once thought to be a weakness, into their greatest strength. But the leaders also knew that the Empire would not give up easily. They would return with more ships and advanced technology. The victory was sweet, but it was only the beginning. Earth had to prepare for the next wave of attacks. They needed to strengthen their defenses and ensure their machines were ready for whatever came next. The humans celebrated their unexpected victory, but the battle was far from over. The ocean had revealed its power, but they knew the Galactic Empire was still a threat. As they continued to prepare for the challenges ahead, Earth's leaders made a promise to their people. They would protect their home at all costs. The fight for Earth had only just begun, and the humans were ready to defend their planet against any enemy, no matter how powerful. The victory against the Galactic Empire had brought joy and hope to Earth, but it also ignited a fierce determination to prepare for the next battle. The aliens would not retreat forever. As the sun set over the ocean, casting a golden hue across the waves, military leaders gathered to plan their defense. The oceans had become the front line of a war that would determine the fate of humanity. Commander Sarah Green stood at the helm of the command center, surrounded by her team of scientists and strategists. Maps and holograms of the ocean floor filled the room, highlighting areas where the enemy might attack. "We must strengthen our underwater defenses," she said, her voice steady and strong. "We cannot let them catch us off guard again." Her team quickly got to work. They modified the bioengineered machines, enhancing their abilities and creating new ones. Each machine was designed for a specific task, whether it was attacking enemy ships, gathering intelligence, or protecting key locations. The humans were determined to turn their oceans into an impenetrable fortress. Meanwhile, the Galactic Empire was plotting their revenge. After suffering heavy losses, the alien commanders met on their flagship Zarathustra. "We cannot let humans keep their advantage," growled the commander, his eyes flashing with anger. "They think they have won? But they have only seen the beginning of our power." The alien fleet, battered but not broken, was preparing for a massive counterattack. Days turned into weeks, and the tension in the oceans grew. The Empire had been busy rebuilding its fleet and developing new technology to fight underwater. They sent advanced reconnaissance drones to spy on Earth's defenses, trying to gather information. The humans, aware of the alien threat, remained vigilant. They patrolled the waters, ready to defend their home. One quiet morning, alarms suddenly blared across the command center. "We have incoming vessels!" shouted an officer. Commander Green felt her heart race. "All units, prepare for battle!" She knew this was it. The water wars had begun. The ocean erupted in chaos as the alien fleet surged through the waves. Massive ships, equipped with new weapons and advanced shields, cut through the water like sharks. The humans quickly launched their bioengineered machines into the water, ready to defend their territory. The machines dove into the depths, their sleek bodies gliding effortlessly as they prepared for the coming clash. As the alien ships entered range, both sides opened fire. Explosions lit up the water, sending plumes of foam and debris into the air. The humans fought fiercely, using their knowledge of the ocean to their advantage. They unleashed their new machines, which were faster and stronger than ever before. In the chaos of battle, Sarah spotted a massive alien ship at the front lines. It was larger than any she had seen, equipped with heavy weaponry that could devastate the ocean floor. "We need to take that ship down," she said, her voice filled with determination. She ordered her best units to form a strike team and target the colossal vessel. The strike team, consisting of the fastest and most agile machines, moved into position. They darted through the water, avoiding enemy fire and weaving between the wreckage of fallen ships. With precision and speed, they approached the massive alien ship, preparing to unleash their attack. At that moment, an alien commander aboard the ship noticed the approaching threat. "Deploy the underwater defenses," he shouted. Lasers and mines shot out into the water, but the humans were ready. They had anticipated this move and had developed countermeasures. The strike team activated their shields and pressed on, undeterred. With a final push, the strike team launched their attack. They struck the ship's hull with powerful blasts, causing it to shudder and list to one side. The alien crew scrambled to regain control, but it was too late. The strike team pressed their advantage, targeting weak points and tearing through the defenses. The battle raged on, but the tide was turning. The humans were fighting with everything they had, driven by the desire to protect their planet. As alien ships began to sink and their forces faltered, a sense of hope spread through the human ranks. They were not just defending their home, they were reclaiming their future. In that moment, the humans realized that they were no longer fighting just for survival. They were fighting for the Earth itself, for their families, and for the future of humanity. The water wars had begun, and they were ready to face whatever came next. The water wars had taken a heavy toll on the Galactic Empire. Their once mighty fleet was now a shadow of its former self, battered and bruised. Alien ships lay wrecked on the ocean floor, and their forces were losing morale. The commander of the Empire, a fierce warrior named General Vrax, watched in frustration as his troops struggled to regroup. The humans were not the weaklings they had assumed. They had fought back with courage and determination, turning the oceans into a battlefield they knew well. In the command center aboard the Zarathustra, General Vrax slammed his fist on the table. "We cannot allow this to continue. We must take action now." His officers exchanged nervous glances. They knew that the next attack would be their last chance to reclaim control. "If we do not succeed, Earth will become a beacon of hope for other worlds," Vrax warned.
"We cannot let that happen."
As Vrax planned their final attack, the humans were also preparing for the next wave. Commander Sarah Green was fully aware that the Empire would come back stronger. She gathered her team, which now included the best scientists and engineers. They worked day and night, enhancing their bioengineered machines, creating new weapons and fortifying their defenses. "We need to make sure that we are ready for whatever they throw at us," she urged her team. The humans also tapped into the power of the oceans. They began using the natural resources around them, creating traps and barriers that could be activated during the battle. Sarah was determined to turn the ocean into a weapon against their enemies. "We have the home advantage," she reminded her team. "Let's use it to our fullest potential." Finally, the day of the final attack arrived. The sky was dark and stormy, with waves crashing against the shore. The air was thick with tension as both sides prepared for battle. The humans knew this would be their toughest fight yet, while the aliens were desperate to regain their pride. General Vrax commanded his remaining ships to gather for one last assault. "We will strike at dawn," he declared. "We will unleash everything we have and crush the humans once and for all." His officers nodded, fear and determination in their eyes. They knew this was their last chance. As dawn broke, the first rays of sunlight shimmered across the water, illuminating the battlefield. The alien fleet surged forward, a wall of destruction cutting through the waves. Their ships were equipped with advanced weaponry, ready to unleash chaos on the human defenders. Meanwhile, Commander Green stood at the command center, her heart pounding. "All units, prepare for battle!" she shouted. Her team was ready, adrenaline coursing through their veins. The ocean machines, now equipped with new technology, awaited her command. "Remember, we fight for our home! We fight for Earth!" As the alien ships drew closer, the humans activated their traps. Mines exploded beneath the water, sending plumes of debris into the air. The ocean roared with anger as the humans launched their bioengineered machines into the fray. The machines dove and danced through the water, attacking the alien fleet with speed and precision. The battle began in earnest. Lasers and missiles lit up the ocean, creating a chaotic tapestry of light and sound. The humans fought with everything they had, determined to protect their planet from the alien invaders. The bioengineered machines swarmed around the alien vessels, tearing into their hulls and disabling their weapons. But the aliens fought back fiercely. General Vrax shouted commands, urging his troops to press forward. They unleashed devastating firepower, but the humans were ready. The ocean itself seemed to come alive, rising up to protect them. Massive waves crashed against the alien ships, causing chaos and disarray. As the battle raged, the tide began to turn. The humans' clever traps and well-prepared machines overwhelmed the alien forces. Vrax watched in disbelief as his ships began to sink one by one. "Fall back! Regroup!" he commanded, but it was too late. The humans had gained the upper hand. In a final desperate attempt, Vrax ordered a last charge. He knew it was a gamble, but he had to try. "We will not go down without a fight!" he yelled, rallying his troops. The remaining ships surged forward, but the humans were ready. With a fierce determination, they launched their final assault, fighting to protect their home. As the battle reached its peak, the ocean turned red with the remnants of war. The humans, fueled by the desire to protect their world, unleashed everything they had. With one last effort, they charged toward the alien flagship, the Zarathustra. The ship that had once seemed invincible was now in the crosshairs of defeat. In that moment, as the sun rose higher, the humans realized they were on the brink of victory. The water wars were coming to a climactic end, and Earth would not fall to the Galactic Empire. The fight for their home had transformed them into warriors, and they were ready to defend their future at any cost. The battle raged on as the sun rose higher, illuminating the chaos that enveloped the ocean. The Zarathustra, the pride of the Galactic Empire, was now facing its darkest hour. Alien ships, once powerful and feared, were beginning to crumble under the relentless onslaught of humanity's defenses. Commander Sarah Green watched from the command center, her heart racing with a mix of fear and hope. She knew that this was their moment to turn the tide once and for all. The humans had poured every resource into this fight. Their bioengineered machines were now in full swing, darting through the water like bullets, targeting alien ships with deadly accuracy. Each explosion sent shockwaves through the ocean, and every sinking ship was a testament to the courage and determination of the human spirit. The men and women fighting for Earth felt a deep sense of unity, knowing they were all in this together. General Vrax aboard the Zarathustra gripped the railing tightly, watching as his fleet fell apart. "Rally the remaining ships! We must not let them win," he bellowed, but his orders were met with hesitation. His crew had witnessed the fury of the humans and felt the weight of their impending defeat. The tide had truly turned. As the battle continued, Sarah decided it was time for a decisive move. "All units, focus your fire on the flagship," she commanded. Her voice was calm but resolute, resonating through the command center like a battle cry. The soldiers nodded, eyes filled with determination. They were ready to end this war once and for all. With a unified effort, the bioengineered machines launched toward the Zarathustra. The water churned violently as lasers and missiles flew, creating a deadly storm. The flagship was massive, but it was not invincible. The humans had learned from their mistakes, and now they knew exactly where to strike. Suddenly, a massive explosion erupted from the Zarathustra's starboard side. An enemy ship had taken a direct hit, its hull cracking open like an eggshell. The crew scrambled to respond, but the humans were relentless. They pressed their advantage, firing on all fronts. General Vrax knew he had to act quickly. "Prepare to fire our last remaining torpedoes," he shouted, desperation seeping into his voice. He watched as the remaining crew members frantically followed his orders, but the humans were too quick. Before the torpedoes could launch, a squadron of human machines descended upon the flagship, striking it from below. The ocean shook as the flagship was rocked by the explosions. Vrax's face twisted with anger and disbelief. "No! This cannot be happening!" he shouted. His once confident demeanor crumbled as he realized that defeat was imminent. The Zarathustra was losing power and began to list heavily to one side. Back on the human side, Sarah felt a surge of hope. "Now is our chance! Push forward!" she urged her team. They rallied behind her, a fierce wave of determination propelling them into action. With the Zarathustra vulnerable, they launched everything they had left. The machine surged forward, ramming into the flagship, creating devastating breaches. As the humans fought, cheers erupted across the command center. The crew could see the flagship's energy levels dropping rapidly. They were winning. The reality began to sink in, and for the first time in days, a sense of relief washed over them. With one final explosion, the Zarathustra succumbed to the relentless attacks. The flagship began to break apart, sinking into the depths of the ocean. The crew aboard watched in awe as their enemy's pride and symbol of power slipped beneath the waves, marking a decisive end to the water wars. As silence fell over the battlefield, the humans looked at each other in disbelief. They had done it. They had defeated the Galactic Empire and protected their home. The ocean, once seen as a barrier, had become their greatest ally. It was a triumph of resilience, teamwork, and unwavering spirit. Commander Sarah Green took a deep breath, her heart swelling with pride. She looked out over the water, knowing that they had fought not just for themselves, but for all of humanity. The oceans were no longer useless. They had become the very essence of their strength. In the aftermath of the battle, the humans began to repair the damage. They would honor the fallen and celebrate their victory. The people of Earth had come together to fight for their future, and they had won. This triumph would echo throughout the galaxy, a reminder that humanity would not back down when faced with adversity. As the sun set over the horizon, casting a warm glow over the water, the humans knew they had secured their place in the universe. The water wars had changed everything, and the oceans would forever be a symbol of their strength and unity. Humanity had triumphed, and they were ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead.